Welcome back. This is the Ben Shapiro Show. We're taking your calls at 855-236-3228. That's 855-236-3228. Joel in Kansas City, Missouri. Joel, you're on the Ben Shapiro Show. Go for it.
Hey, Ben. As someone that often finds the Libertarian candidate better in their positions over Republican candidate, I've often wanted to vote for the Libertarian in a general election and solve that. I believe ranked choice voting would help that. I wanted to know your opinion on ranked choice voting, if that's something that you see helpful in a general or primary election.
So I kind of like the idea of ranked choice voting. Now, the Iowa caucuses are a horrible example of ranked choice voting, right? The Iowa caucuses, basically, because you are in a group of people who don't understand how ranked choice voting works, and so they will go over to the Andrew Yang crowd, and then when it doesn't hit the threshold, then you have to redistribute them among the other voters. That is ranked choice voting, but nobody in the room actually knows how that works. If you actually had people write it down on a ballot what their ranked choices were and not pressure each other as though they were at some sort of Middle Eastern bazaar, then that would be a better way to do it. Ranked choice voting, for folks who don't understand, is, let's say that you were, let's use the Iowa caucuses as an example. Let's say you wanted to vote for Andrew Yang, but Andrew Yang isn't going to win. So you have to hit a certain threshold, let's say 10%. Okay, so you vote for Andrew Yang, and then you write down, as my second choice, I want Joe Biden. And so Andrew Yang loses, he gets below 10%, and now your second choice vote, instead of your vote being completely thrown out and you being useless now, your second choice vote goes to Joe Biden, who's actually competitive. What that would do in terms of national elections would mean that, let's say that you voted for Gary Johnson last time, and your second choice vote was Donald Trump, right? Your last choice vote was Hillary Clinton. So you write down Gary Johnson, and then your second choice vote would be Donald Trump. What that means is more people would vote for Gary Johnson because they know their vote's not going to get thrown out if they vote for Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson would get 12% of the vote, 13% of the vote, and then in the second round, 3/4 of those votes get kicked over to Trump, and Trump wins those votes, as opposed to these sort of weird election results where you have, like in 1992, Ross Perot winning 18% of the vote and Bill Clinton winning with 42% of the vote. I'm not against ranked choice voting. I think it's a clever idea. And I agree with you that it would actually embolden people to vote for third parties more often, which frankly I think would be a good thing. More choices are better in American politics. And the two-party system has basically resulted in a long-standing agreement that nobody will ever take tough positions about anything related to spending or anything politically unpalatable, Joel. So I'm sort of with you. I kind of like ranked choice voting.
All right, thanks, Ben.
I really appreciate the call. Mary in New Jersey, you're on the Ben Shapiro Show. Go for it, Mary.
Hey, Ben. First of all, huge fan. When are you coming to speak in the New York and New Jersey area?
I believe we are doing a speech. I don't want to announce which university it is. We're doing a speech on the East Coast with Young America's Foundation, I believe, in April. So we'll try to.
It's open to the public.
I think one of the conditions is that we only do speeches that are only open to the public. I hope. I mean, that obviously is what I would prefer.
Fantastic. I would love to see you there. My question is, tonight, we are in for the State of the Union, but we've had quite a few dramatic months between January and the first week of February. Do you think Trump is going to use that as his platform to ramble off, or is he going to actually take this as a chance to bring forward his initiatives for November 2020?
Well, I think that he will be pretty disciplined in the State of the Union addresses before. He typically has been, right? He really has stuck to the teleprompter. Now, do I think that he will wink and nod at certain points? Absolutely. I do not think that Trump is capable of going a full hour-long speech without making some snide backwards reference to impeachment, for example. I don't think he's going to mention Iowa per se, but I wouldn't be surprised if he throws in some sort of oblique reference that everybody gets, but he doesn't say it quite overtly.
Correct. I mean, it's just, I feel like he would go out and we love Trump, but at the same time, he does walk his mouth off. So is there a chance he'll walk his mouth off and ruin 2020, the election for him?
Well, I mean, I don't think he'll do that in the State of the Union address, but there's always the opportunity for him to do that. There's a long time between now and November. Trump's worst enemy in this election is not going to be the Democrat. It's going to be Donald Trump. Really appreciate the call, Mary. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more phone call. Let's see, Fuller in Arkansas. You're on the Ben Shapiro Show. Go for it, Fuller.
Hi, Ben. Good morning. So I think it's pretty well known that college campuses are overtly biased, even in a very deep red state like Arkansas. I'm a senior in college, and we see plenty of bias on our campuses. I know you go around and we address it, but without violating our own beliefs of government involvement, how do we protect conservative students and force a change without, like I said, getting the government involved?
Well, Fuller, it's a great question. Honestly, I think the only way this is going to change is when the market changes. And that's why we at Daily Wire do not screen job candidates by college degree. Instead, we bring people in for interviews. We look at their job characteristics. We don't as long as it is more beneficial to get a degree from a liberal arts college that hates conservatives than it is to just go straight into the workforce, this is going to be a problem. But I think that employers, particularly conservative employers, need to rethink what college means and act accordingly. Alrighty, coming up, we'll bring you the latest from Iowa. Democrats are going to release half the results. Half. I'm not kidding. This is the Ben Shapiro Show.